Well, welcome back, everybody, to the P18 podcast. Our guest today is Miss Rose Escalante. Rose is a very special part of our special education department here at Perry and is our unified sports coach as well.
Hi.
Rose, thank you for taking some time for us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
So I have some questions for you concerning Perry High School, all things Perry. So I'm going to rapid fire those your direction. So please feel free to give as much information as you would like on each one of those.
Okay.
So question number one, can you share a little bit about your journey, how you came to be a part of us here at Perry High School?
Okay, I'm originally from Tucson, and I moved up here to Mesa in 2011. And when I was deciding to do that, there was a lot of people that were saying, you need to work in the Challenge School District. That's the best school district that you would possibly want to work at. And I was like, well, okay. So I was looking for a high school position, but there wasn't one. So I decided on a middle school. So I first started at Bogle and worked there for about almost a year and a half. And then I applied up here for Perry. I met a few of the teachers from in the past, and they had said, hey, come on up here to Perry's, be a para. We have some coaching positions because I started coaching at Challenge Therapeutics. So I didn't come right away because I'm not somebody who likes to move from school to school. So I actually sent somebody else, and she decided that she was going to finish her nursing. So she's like, they really want you to come to Perry. So I was like, okay. So I applied again, and then I got the position, and I just started working here at Perry. It was like the 2013, 2014, around there.
Very good. All right, so next question. What does a typical day look like in your position?
So a typical day starts right when we clock in. We're either going to get the students at the bus, or we're picking them up at parent pickup. And once everybody is here, then either we're going into the classroom, you're going to electives, or you're going to one of the resource classes. So typically with the students all day long from start to finish, lunch, we'll take our lunch and then just jump right wherever they're needed.
Okay. So basically you're busy with kids all day long?
All day long.
All right, so sticking with your job for just a second, what part of your position would people be surprised to know about?
So, as a para, we wear a lot of hats. We're not just in the classrooms, but we're also having to learn medical issues. So that way we are there for our kids. We're also counselors. We're kind of like the first people that they see, and if they have a problem, they always come to us, and then we try to direct them to whatever resources that are out there. So it's kind of like all day long, just with the kids and just trying to do what is best for them.
Switching gears for just a minute, I'll ask you a different style of question. So if you could have dinner with any sports figure, past or present, who would it be and why?
Okay, so I have two. So the first one is Jerry Colangelo from the Phoenix Suns. So my nephew, who had a disability, was on the Make-A-Wish, and he decided that he wanted to meet Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns. So my mom had reached out to Jerry Colangelo and said, hey, my grandson really would like to meet Charles Barkley. So he said, you know what? He said, let's see what I can do. At that time, they were playing the Chicago Bulls for the championship. And unfortunately, my nephew didn't make it, so Jerry Clown just ended up coming out, even without, even though they were still having the tournament and everything, he came out to the service, and I thought that was a really, really special. So the Phoenix Suns has always been a place in my heart.
Absolutely.
And also, in my perspective, I like boxing, so it would be Layla Ali. So, yes, she was a really good boxer, and loved her dad, Muhammad Ali. She wasn't allowed to do boxing because her father just did not, agree on her. But She was there, she did it, and I think that's really inspiring to, do something that you feel that you really like.
All right, let's get back to Perry for the next question.
Okay.
So what do you wish that more people understood when it comes to Perry School?
So Perry High School is more than just sports. When I run across people, they're like, oh, the football team, the basketball team, and I'm like, well, there's more to Perry than sports. There's something for everybody. You come to Perry and you can either be in the drama club or you can do in the music. There's a lot of opportunities here at Perry. So kids can, get those chances as opposed to just looking into sports.
Okay. And the last formal question I have for you is, we all have choices about where we could work. What makes Perry the place for you?
So for me, Perry is home. And I always say home is where you hang your hat. And when I was in Tucson, I was always in the outside looking in. I wasn't the person that I am today. And I feel that Perry has given me those opportunities to show the pride that I have. It's almost like pride promised purpose. So I have a lot of pride, and I know that, what my purpose is here, not just as a coach, but as a parent in the classroom, because foremost, that is my number one job, because it was a promise that I made 28 years ago for my youngest son who was on the spectrum. And I said, if I could just get him to kind of do the things that he needed to do, then I would dedicate my life to, working with kids, adults, whoever with disabilities. But here is where I found my voice. And with all the wonderful staff, from administration all the way down to the teachers, coaches, they have given me that opportunity to let me lead and show what I can do here.
Fantastic. Those are the end of the questions we have for you today, Rose. Thank you again for joining us here on the P18 podcast. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.